Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, we're back out on the road again. What are we riding today? This is the Magicycle CT1. CT1. Another commuter bike. Yeah, this is definitely the year of commuter bikes, without a doubt. Yeah, if you haven't looked into the commuter style bikes, you might want to do that. And I don't have really big tires like the big fat tires. I don't know how big is this tire? 2 point something inches. I don't remember exactly how much. 2.1, 2.2? I have no idea. We gotta pass through here first. Oh, can't go through there. We got a car coming. All right. Yeah, you always got to be a little careful when you go through the parking lot areas here. You never know what's going to come up, whether people are going to stop for you or not. All right, so anyway, yeah, these thinner tire bikes, first off, they're quieter. They maneuver a lot easier. You know, they are definitely more nimble. You can make turns a lot quicker on these things. And you know, for the type of style riding that I ride here on the streets and paved paths, actually makes more sense to have one of these than it does the big fat tire bikes. But I still like my fat tire bikes. You know, I like it for emergency times when I got to go up on the grass or something. You know, get out of a situation like that. But yeah, you can maneuver better with these commuter style bikes. Now the thing is though, with the commuter style bikes, sometimes the batteries aren't that large. I mean, they'll be like 15 amp hours, you know. But a lot of the fat tire bikes, because they have such big down tubes and everything, they put like 20 amp hour batteries in those things. So you're gonna get more range that way, but they're also heavier bikes, so that's gonna lose you range. So it's kind of like you gain some stuff, but then you lose some stuff, right? So, yeah, CT1 is actually a pretty good bike. I like the feel of it. I think the video we did before this one was the Himiway. What is that thing? Is that Z3, Z2? What is that thing called? Such a short memory, I tell you. That was the Himiway bike. All right, let's see. Which way are we turning here? Are we going straight or are we going across? Yeah, okay, we're going straight. All right, let's go straight. Let's make sure this guy doesn't run me over. He can't because he got cars in his way. All right. I'm going to hit the button here. It's kind of funny, when you push that button now, it says wait. People get anxious when you don't turn your turn. The lady's honking the other guy for not making his left turn when he could have. Yeah, there are people who are just not patient enough sometimes. I've seen people honk people the minute the minute it turns green. Like, now this guy is honking this lady. Come on, she's got oncoming traffic, and they're honking her for not moving. You know, just trying to push her into the traffic or something. We will wait our turn, of course. And one thing with these step-through bikes, you know, if you hop off of the bike, you make sure you have your hands on the handlebars, otherwise it's going to tip. And there's no bar between your legs. A lot of guys are used to that. When they get off the bike, they use the bar to kind of keep the bike up a little bit. You don't have a bar on a step-through bike. All right, we're going to go this way. So yeah, we're back at the Forest Preserve. I wanted to cross through that intersection, but because as you know, I've been talking about this whole thing with the audio. Yeah, you should have noticed that the traffic sounded a lot less rumbly than when we were using the other transmitter and receiver. I just need to hear it for myself to confirm that it was the right decision to go back to the old audio. So the only thing that I do notice is that the wind noise, you do hear more on this than the other one, and that's because it's only got a foam windscreen, whereas the other one has what they call a dead cat filter. That seems to work better with the wind noises. But you know, the wind noises come and they go versus continually noise in the background from like cars and traffic that, you know, so loud you can't even hear me talking. That doesn't seem to be the case with this older system. So I think I can live with the wind noise a little bit every now and then. All right, so I had dropped off the Himiway bike, A3. There you go. It was the A3. It's not the Z. See, things come back to me after a while. I don't know why that happens. Yeah, I've mentioned this before. It seems to always be the case for me. I'll either lose my train of thought, then it'll come back to me, or something, you know. And I kept thinking, that's not right. It's not a Z. What is that thing? Well, it's an A. It's the A3. So, what was I talking about? See, look at that. Lost my train of thought again. So yeah, okay. So I decided to come back out on the forest preserves because the weather is pretty good. I dropped off that bike, picked up this one. The weather was good enough. I says, we got to get back out again while we have the chance to get out here. Yeah, it is overcast. I actually like riding in overcast versus like harsh, hot, sunny weather. First off, I think on the video, although it looks a little gloomier, you don't have all the shadows and all that stuff going on. So, and there's good and there's bad, right? So the path speed limit is 15 miles an hour. You might notice I'm going a little faster than that. But I do know that a lot of these bikes, you know, it might say 17, but it might actually be 15. Yeah, so, yeah, well, whatever. Now, the thing is, too, is there's nobody out here right now. I kind of wonder, you know, do you have to be exactly 15? Who's regulating this thing? I mean, the whole point is you don't want to be going crazy, like going 25 miles an hour down this path when the regulations say 15. I mean, if you're off by a mile or two per hour, who's going to stop you for that? Really, as long as you're careful, as long as you keep an eye out to see if there's people around, that's really what counts. So let's talk about that. When you have people around, do you hit them with the bell? Do you hit them with a horn? Do you say on your left and move to the left? What do you guys do? Do you even do it? When you make turns, do you put your arm out? Do you put your left arm out? Do you put your right arm out? When you make a right turn, do you put your left arm out and stick it up? Or do you stick your right arm out? If I was in a car and I wanted to make a right turn, I would stick my left arm out because my arm on the right side doesn't go that far to the other side of the car. But I think on a bicycle, if I'm turning right, I stick my right arm out. If I'm turning left, I stick my left arm out. It's so much easier to see. You see a guy with his right arm out, you think he's not going to be turning right? Come on. But if you see the guy on a bike and he's got his left arm out but sticking up, then you gotta remember your driver's ed class. Does he mean he plans to turn right, or is he planning to turn left? What's the deal? Left arm for left, right arm for right. Okay. What do? Do you even do it? Do you have turn signals on your bike? Mrs. Wright likes the turn signal on her Radster Road bike. Oh, speaking of rad, let me tell you this. You know that $50 discount that people have been using? Yeah, they cut that whole program out. They did. They sent us all an email saying at the end of August, we're cutting the affiliate program for people who have purchased rad bikes, and they're giving, $50 if you refer a friend. So what they do, see, now that guy's going fast, But anyway, $50 goes to the person who takes the referral link, and then $50 to the guy who gave the link. So they gave out $100 whenever a referral happened. And they said that they're no longer going to do that because of rising costs. So to keep the price of the bike down, they said they have to cut the program. So that's why if you look on my videos going forward, you won't see Rad Power Bikes link there anymore because it's basically invalid at this point. So I took it off. That's a pity. Now, Rad Power Bikes does have an affiliate program where you can apply as an influencer to get a commission from them. Yeah, so I applied. Yeah, I haven't heard from them. I don't think I will. I've applied several times in the past because I said, since I am a YouTube person, it wouldn't be easier to just put me on the affiliate program rather than the $50 commission thing. I don't think the affiliate program gives you much more than that anyway. And on the affiliate program thing, the person who's using the link doesn't get anything anyway, so they actually save money if they put you on the affiliate program. But I've never heard from them. I think Rad has always only wanted to work with very large YouTube channels or something because they don't seem to be too responsive for that. So going forward, no Rad link anymore. Now if it happens to come back and they finally approve me for that, then I'll put the link back there, but they won't be giving any discounts to you guys at that point when they do that. But if you still used it, it would help me out, but it wouldn't help you out anymore other than knowing that you did a good deed and helped me out. Yeah, I actually much prefer their program where they gave you $50 and gave me $50 in credit. And I had built up so much credit that I was able to buy several bikes. My sister bought 3 bikes with it. I bought 2 bikes with it, and I still have enough money to buy another bike. So think about how many referrals that was. And I mentioned that to them, thinking that might sway them and say, okay, if we cut this guy off, we're not going to get any additional referrals. Yeah, they still don't respond. How do you figure that, So anyway, that's the deal. That is the deal. Let's pass through here. I get a lot of comments on that 60 and up video where, I said, if you're a senior rider, here's the things you look for in a bike. I get a lot of comments because I think it was on this path that I was on that I passed through 2 stop signs. And I get a lot of comments saying, you rode past the stop sign. Yeah, watch the rest of the videos. We ride through a lot of stop signs because you're a terrible influence to people. People see you right past. A lot of bike riders do this. It's not just me. I mean, we're not even on the road. This is a park. It's a forest reserve. There's no cars coming down the parking lot area. Do you really need to stop? Anyway, that's always been a topic here on the Russ is Right channel about stopping. Yeah. Other states allow you to use it as a yield sign, which is basically how I view it as well. But technically speaking, we're not supposed to, not in my state. But other states do. And even for those guys, they say that, if they don't stop, people make comments about it. Well, the thing is, people don't know. In those states, it's allowed. So, all right, what else has been up? What else is new? Now, I talked a lot on the first video already. And there's that bike rider again. He already passed us through, and he's already more than halfway through that we're going. So if we're doing 15, he's doing a lot faster than 15 to meet us already. So he's moving really quick. But, He's one of those guys that we would call the spandex group, right? And they're all decked out with all their stuff. Oh, here's another question. Here's another thing that somebody asked. It says, Russ, have you ever tried biking shorts? No, they don't make them my size. I'm not kidding, they don't. He says, well, you've lost a bunch of weight. Maybe now you can find some your size. No, I don't think so. Yeah, my waistline's still pretty big. And I actually had a company reach out to me asking me if I would like to try some of their bike shorts and stuff like that. And I actually emailed back to this company. I just says, I don't think you have my size. I looked at their website. I says, I'm a big guy. And they says, no, we can probably find something your size. And she goes, take a look at this link. I looked at the link. They don't have my size. No, I'm pretty big. Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting thing. Remember Donut Jim? I've talked about Donut Jim before. Hey, shout out to Donut Jim. It was nice talking to you on the phone. So anyways, I called Donut Jim. We haven't gone riding this year together. And, so I figured I should at least say hello. But he was busy at the time. So he called me back the next day and we had a long talk. So anyways, Donut Jim told me that he and his wife were watching, I think he was watching the review of this bike, the Magicycle CT1. And on the reviews, you usually will see me using my Insta360 camera where I'm holding a selfie stick. And then you can actually see me riding the bike, right? Yeah, I figured, on a review, you want to see the bike in action. So that's usually the only time I pull out that camera. So you can see me pedaling and you can see the bike moving and the like. So I guess he and his wife were watching that and goes, hey, look, Russ has lost a lot of weight, So he said he had to mention that they both commented that I was looking pretty good. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Donut Jim. He's lost weight too. But he says, but for me, because I'm much bigger than he is, and when he saw it, he says, wow, you really have lost weight. I go, yeah, it was 44 pounds. Sadly, this morning I weighed myself, it was 42.5 pounds. So I gained back, what was that, 1.5 pounds. Now, the thing is, I always hesitate in telling the actual weight, only because I know that it does fluctuate. I mean, when I was down 35 pounds, it'd be 34 pounds, 35 pounds, 36 pounds. It'll go up and down like 2 pounds any given day. Depends on what you're eating that day, right? So anyways, yeah, at that time, I think when I did that video, I was probably 38 pounds down. So this morning, 42.5 pounds down. Yeah, so I gained 1.5 pounds. It doesn't matter, it goes up and down all the time. As long as we're under the 40, I think I'm still doing okay. But yeah, every time you see it go up a little bit, you kind of feel like, oh man. On your left. We'll pass through here first. Morning. So, so I talked to Donut Jim, and he was asking me how I was doing, and he was telling me about his e-bike adventures as well. Donut Jim has several e-bikes. Yeah. He's got a wired bike. He's got what is the one from Canada? It'll come to me. He's got an electric bike. So he's got 3 bikes. Yeah. He says he would like to sell one of them though. He would like to sell, since he bought the wired bike, he doesn't feel like he needs the other bike. Furious? Is that what it's called? Fabulous. There you go. Fabulous though. There's the guy again. Man, he's zipping along. He's passed us again. So anyway, he'd like to sell his Fabulous bike, but he doesn't know where he's going to sell it. So, hey, if you're looking for a Fabulous bike, okay, I don't know which model he has, but if you're looking for one, let me know. I'll let him know, and then maybe the two of you guys can connect up. Maybe you guys can do it. But again, he can't ship it either, right? You'd have to come out to the northwest suburbs of Chicago and come pick it up. You guys can work out your own deals on the thing if you're looking for a Fabulous bike. So, anyways, that's my little shout out to Donut Jim, and try to help him out if you're looking for that type of bike. Okay. All right. What else has been happening? Yeah, talking to Donut Jim was actually pretty good. It's been a while. We actually went riding last year. There's one video where you see him riding along in front of me, and like we went to Bussy Woods at that time. But yeah, he told me that he had fallen. I guess one of his buddies ran into him or something. I don't know how it happened to it, but yeah, he went falling off of his bike, hit his head, and he told me, he says, what saved him was the X-Needle helmet. Yeah, the X-Needle helmet. He said if he didn't have that X-Needle helmet on, he would have had a head injury for sure, because he dented up the X-Needle helmet pretty good. So he contacted X-Needle, and X-Needle sent him another helmet. I'm telling you, it's a good company, you know. Yeah, I think he had to take some photos of the helmet and stuff to show them that, yeah, this thing's messed up. So, yeah, they shipped him out a brand new helmet for free. That's their policy. That's their policy. So, yeah, good company. I always wear my X-Needle helmet, as you know. I have my lights blinking as well, even during the day. I figure, you know, you don't see it as well during the day, but, you know, any little thing that could help a little bit is better than nothing. So I have it on now. I have it on, and I have the lights blinking in the back. Yeah, you could set it up for blinking or not blinking in the back. I have it blinking all the time. I think it gets more attention that way. The front forward headlight is not very strong. I mean, it's not one that would light up the street for you or anything. It's just for people to notice. But it's not as strong and it's not as powerful looking as the red light in the back. Yeah, that's the other stop sign people say you always blow off. But like I mentioned before, that's an access point. There's no cars coming through there. It's gated. That's for the guys who cut the grass. No one's cutting grass today, so yeah, no one's going through that area. Anyway, the last time I was out here, was I riding this bike? Maybe I was doing a review of this bike. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, it was a snake going across. Yeah, if I remember, I'll put the photo of the snake up here so you can see it. It goes by so fast, you know, as I'm riding by so fast, I don't think you really notice it. And I mentioned there was a snake on the road. I said it was a garter snake. I don't think that's a garter snake. Garter snakes are thinner. They're longer and thinner. This one's kind of thicker, and maybe, I don't know how long that is, 15, 18 inches long, black snake. I've seen these type of snakes out here before. I've seen them at Bussy Woods as well. I don't know what kind of snake it is. But yeah, it was right in the middle of the path, and as you know, a lot of times I actually ride very close to the middle of the path. I don't like being right on the edge of the path. If there's no bikes around, I usually stay closer to the center. I would have run them over. Yeah, that would have been something. Yeah, that would have been something. That would have been the second snake I would have possibly run over, because I had another one before that, the same thing. I was close to running him over. You got to be careful on these things. You know, there's wildlife that run across all the time. I get a lot of chipmunks out here that run across, and of course squirrels always run across there in the streets and stuff. But but out here, snakes and everything. You know, this year I've only seen a couple of deer, not too many. Here he is again. Yeah, that guy's really zipping by. He must be thinking, well, I'm going by pretty fast too, but you know, I think he's going a lot faster than me. Nice day, yeah. You know, people have told me that, you know, we just like hearing you talk. Don't let Jim mention this too. He says, I think people just want to hear you talk. Yeah, maybe. So he says, I mentioned to him I felt bad that I didn't actually go to too many places this year. We didn't do a Wisconsin ride. We didn't do the Fox River. We didn't do the bike to drive this year. So we didn't do a whole lot of anything this year. But I told him, I said, this was a tough year. And he agreed. I said, you know, it rained so much. It was so hot. I says, it just wasn't conducive to want to go anywhere to do it. And he says, it's okay. He says, you can get your thoughts across to people, ride around the streets. It's perfectly fine. I hope you guys feel the same way too. I apologize for not being able to go and bring you more places to see this year, but it has been just a very strange year. All right, I think we're gonna head out of here. It's been a very strange year this year. So, and I know a lot of you guys have mentioned the same thing too, that in your area it's been very different. It's been hot, right? All right, we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna make the turn here. Even though the traffic's going, there's a lot of guys taking right turns here. It's just not worth it. So I'm just gonna cross through here and then cross again. Wait. Wait. I love that. It comes out and tells you wait. So yeah, we have not had the best of weather this year. And the rain, when it happens, we really need the rain. It's been so hot, it's just burning up the grass and everything, and cost of water is too high that a lot of people don't want to water their grass. And so we haven't gone to too many places, but I try what I can do what I can do. It's basically it. And going places on my own is wait. As I said, Mrs. Wright, she has the SUV typically during the day. That's her car, and that's the thing that we use to put the rear rack on. So I really can't go off on my own to places because I can't transport the bike without that vehicle. And maybe you might say, well, why don't you guys swap vehicles? No, she likes her SUV. That's why we bought one, is because she wanted something big. And I'm actually more of a sedan kind of guy. I actually like driving a regular car. So yeah, we haven't gone to too many places, so I apologize for that. And hopefully next year, maybe it'll be a little different. We can do more things. The bike to drive thing, we skipped it this year. We skipped it this year because 2 years in a row didn't seem like something we wanted to do, and it's not cheap to ride that. I think somebody commented it's $78 or something like that. It could be. I don't know. If you do it early enough, if you plan early enough and pay in advance, there's a discount. And so maybe it's cheaper than that if you do it in advance. So next year we might do it in advance and plan to go. They say that the Labor Day ride, I mean, by the time you see this video, it already would have happened. It was supposed to be pretty good this year. The weather is supposed to be decent for them. Hasn't happened yet for me as I'm recording this video for you. But yeah, we're gonna miss that out. But yeah, it's a good ride. It's a 30-mile ride. If you're riding a regular bike, you've got a challenge to do. Now, a friend of mine, I told you I meet every quarter of the year. We get together for lunch, right? Because 2 high school friends, my brother and myself, we all get together every quarter year. He's gonna ride the bike to drive this year. Now he says he has not ever ridden 30 miles at one time. He says, I hope I can do it. He doesn't have an e-bike. He's gonna ride a regular bike. And so he called me up. He says, do you have a bike rack I could borrow? I go, yeah. But obviously, he's not talking about the one that goes on, with a 2-inch hitch on the back. He's talking just something you can transport a standard road bike. I go, yeah. I says, I have an older Hollywood rack that clips onto the trunk of your car. And then the 2 bikes fit into these 2 little arms that stick out, and then you can transport it. So I sent him a picture. He goes, oh yeah, I've seen these before. So he's gonna come by and pick that up so he can go to the bike to drive event. But we're not gonna do it this year. 2 years in a row, nah. Skip a year, do it the next year. Yeah. Yeah, it costs a lot of money, but you know, the money goes to some organization. I don't know what the organization is. It goes to some organization, and then of course they have a lot of expenses too. They got to pay the well, I guess some of these people are volunteers, but they got to pay the police officers who you know, monitor the thing, make sure everyone's safe and everything. They got T-shirts to give out. They've got water to hand out. They got food to hand out, stuff like that. Yeah, it costs money. And then the rest of the money is towards their organization for whatever it is that they do. I can't remember. Alright, that's about all I have for you guys for today. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. More videos to come. I'll talk to you guys next time.